Good evening, I'm Kevin Christopher.
And I'm Nancy Cox. Thank you for joining us at 6. We begin tonight with breaking news in Garrett County, where police are executing a search warrant in connection with the disappearance of a Madison County mother.
Lee Searcy is live on Fall Lick Road in Garrett County with the breaking developments. Lee?
Well, that is right. For the past several hours, Richmond police, along with Kentucky State Police, have been executing a search warrant at this home on Fall Lick Road. There you see a wrecker has just pulled up on the property, and the wrecker is getting ready to tow away that white vehicle, that smaller white car you see in this live picture. I don't know who the car belongs to, but we can tell you that police have confirmed that they are looking for evidence on this property that could be tied to the disappearance of Savannah Spurlock, who went missing January 4th. Police tell us this home belongs to the parents of one of the men seen on surveillance video with her leaving a Lexington bar the early morning hours of January 4th. The men are from Garrett County, we do know that, and both of those men seen on video were identified soon after she disappeared. It's important to let you know that both men were questioned and they were released. At this point, no one has been charged in her disappearance. But Savannah's mother says she believes now more than ever that those men in the video know more than they're telling. She says that no one has heard a peep from Savannah since she FaceTimed her mom the day she disappeared. And since January 4th, Savannah's phone has gone dark, her Facebook and Instagram dark too. No activity at all, and that worries her mother. If we can take another live look at this picture, this is the home on Fall Lick Road where authorities have been executing that search warrant. It looks like they are towing away a smaller white vehicle. It's dark. I can't tell from across the road what kind of vehicle it is, but they do tell me they are looking for evidence that could lead them to where Savannah Spurlock is. Again, no one is charged in this case, but we will have another full update on this story on LEX 18 News at 7 and 11. And police are just hoping they can get to the bottom of this case. Savannah Spurlock has been missing. It'll be 3 weeks this coming Friday, and her family misses her. They want her to come home safely. Back to you all in the studio.
We'll also keep you up to speed on that developing story online at lex18.com.
A second person in Lexington has died from complications from the flu.
The health department confirmed the death today and is urging everyone to take steps to prevent the spread of this illness. LEX 18's Angie Bevan has more from the big story at 6.
The flu-related death reported Tuesday in Lexington was a person in his 60s with underlying health conditions. The first flu-related death was also a person with health issues and around the same age.
People who have underlying health conditions are most at risk for the flu, so they need to get the shot. And if they're unable to because of those conditions, any caregivers or people around them need to make sure they get the shot.
Elderly people and babies are also high-risk groups for complications from the flu.
The flu is a very rough illness. You get a high fever, you have those body aches, and it causes the body to really go into overtime fighting that virus to get it out of the system so that the body can return to normal. So if you are already sick, you have another issue. That combined with the flu can sadly prove fatal.
In addition to getting the flu shot, health professionals urge people to do their part to keep the illness from spreading.
If you're showing any of the symptoms, the fever, the body aches, stay home, stay away from people who are most at risk.
We are nearing the peak of flu season, so while things could get worse, there is still time to get vaccinated. Covering the news in Lexington, Angie Bevan, LEX 18 News.
The Lexington-Fayette County Health Department's clinic on Newtown Pike offers flu shots. They're also available at most pharmacies and doctor's offices.
The boy who was the subject of an Amber Alert earlier today has been located and is safe. The Amber Alert was issued overnight in Cadiz in Trigg County. 10-year-old Isaiah Boren was allowed to leave yesterday evening with Isaac Ray Chamberlain, but police say Chamberlain never brought the boy back. Boren has autism and didn't have his medication. The Amber Alert was canceled about 1 this afternoon when police in Hopkins County found them. Chamberlain was arrested on an existing warrant. We're told he used to date Boren's mother. No other details have been released. 4 days ago, a Native American elder and a Covington Catholic high school student stood face to face, an image seen by millions.
Well, many of you have shared your opinions on social media as this story continues to develop. And this morning, there was a peaceful protest as the school in northern Kentucky locked its doors. Conroy DeLucia is here with more.
Well, this morning in Covington, the American Indian Movement chapter of Indiana and Kentucky held a peace vigil in Covington, saying they wanted to confront racism and also had a message concerning the adults on the trip. The first of many videos released, a student wearing a Make America Great Again hat face to face with a Native American elder, spread like wildfire across social media. Since Saturday morning, more clips have surfaced showing almost 2 hours of what happened in Washington, D.C. The teens insist they faced a barrage of verbal abuse from a group who call themselves the Black Hebrew Israelites. That's when Native American elder Nathan Phillips says he stepped in and began drumming as a gesture of peace.
In my opinion, their reaction was one of youth and inexperience.
The teens are accused by many online of mocking Phillips, a Vietnam veteran, something they deny, saying they felt that they were unfairly portrayed as villains.
Our boys were targeted. They were targeted from the get-go. Immediately, there were all these people running around filming.
At a rally this morning in Covington organized by the American Indian Movement of Indiana and Kentucky, one demonstrator wondered where the adults were during the series of events that led to this face-to-face moment. Governor Bevin and the president have tweeted their takes on what happened, and you can read those in full at LEX18.com. Covington Catholic says that they will stay closed until police believe that it's safe to reopen. Nicholas Sandman, the Covington Catholic student at the center of this video, sat down with the Today Show in an interview that will air tomorrow. Also, a Cincinnati media outlet is reporting that Nathan Phillips is agreeing to meet with Covington Catholic students. Back to you.
Maybe communication will help the whole situation. Thank you, Conroy. A Western Kentucky school district is being sued by the families of 4 students shot at the high school. Tomorrow marks 1 year since the shooting at Marshall County High School. The suit has been filed by the families of Bailey Holt, Gage Smock, Mary Bella James, and Dalton Keeling. Bailey Holt was killed in the shooting while the other 3 students were wounded. The family of Preston Cope, who was also killed in the shooting, say they are not involved in the lawsuit. There are 18 defendants in the lawsuit, including the school district, the shooter, and the mother and stepfather of the accused shooter, Gabriel Parker, who the lawsuit claims were negligent and failed to secure the gun used in the shooting that day.
Well, this morning you woke up and started your day what was a normal morning for somewhere in Michigan. As we finished the day, it was pretty much normal for Kentucky. Not a bad switch. We saw temperatures today finishing up in the mid-40s this afternoon. What a switch from the temperatures that were in the mid-teens when we got your day started. We are talking about a MaxTrack Live Doppler beginning to pick up a couple of little drops up to our north and northwest. That's going to be up around the I-71 corridor. It's likely not hitting the ground yet. The main batch of rain is still back in western Kentucky. Watch how it arrives. We go to our future track. We continue through this evening. The clouds will thicken up. Here comes the rain. And with that rain, it will be a good soaking rain for us tomorrow afternoon again. And since it's January and cold air is available, the back edge of it, well, it does change over to some snow, and some of that should be arriving here tomorrow evening, and a little bit of accumulation is going to be a possibility for us again. Your day tomorrow begins with clouds, temperatures around 40. It gets windy, but it also gets warm. Low 50s before temperatures start falling late in the day. We'll talk about that next surge of cold in a couple of minutes.
All right, Bill, see you then.
2 people are in the hospital after a standoff in Bourbon County that lasted hours this morning.
It happened around 2:15 at a home on Lilliston Avenue. Paris police say Brian Fields is accused of stabbing a woman at her home. He took off in a car but came back a short time later. Police say they spotted Fields and chased him into the house where he locked himself in a room. A few hours later, authorities were able to get inside that room and make an arrest. During the standoff, Fields cut himself with a piece of glass.
At this time, she is in a stable but critical condition, and he is in ICU unit, and I don't know his exact status.
Now, the victim had a domestic violence order against Fields, and police say he was violating that by being at her home. Paris police are in the process of filing charges. Police say a scam artist is at it again.
They're searching for the man accused of, once again, using a fake story to scam people out of money. A warrant for a theft charge has been issued for 54-year-old Sherman Denny. Police say a woman reported that Denny approached her in a parking lot, saying he was from out of town and forgot his diabetes medication. The victim says she gave him cash and he promised to pay her back, but gave her a false address and phone number. Denny is the same man who police say has scammed several people out of money in the past. At that time, he was charged with 4 counts of theft. A former University of Louisville football player and lawyer for U.S. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has filed a run for Attorney General in Kentucky. Daniel Cameron filed paperwork this morning to seek the Republican nomination. Democratic Attorney General Andy Beshear is not running for re-election. He's running for governor instead. Cameron is an Elizabethtown native and graduated from U of L in 2008 after playing safety on the football team. He was McConnell's lawyer from 2015 to 2017 in Washington. Still ahead, a Madison County nursing home resident is hitting a huge milestone. She's turning 105 years old.
And there's just one thing she's asking for this year. How you can help make a difference on this big birthday celebration is next on LEX 18 News at 6.